Hello, good evening. Welcome to Raw Daily Show. This is our first live recording since we started, and it's been an amazing journey trying to share my experience, trying to share some of the lessons I've learned on my journey as an entrepreneur. So today I will be talking on how to start up a part-time business as an employee. So I'll be talking about how to start up a part-time business as an employee. Okay, sorry for the hitches. We had some technical difficulty in starting up. So we only have 13 more minutes for this program. So I'll jump right into it. Now, speaking from my experience and where I started, I was working with a bank which barely gave me little time, and the urge to start creating something of my own, given the fact that I was in the industry to learn, not really to retire. So I was basically using the money I was being paid to actually try out some business ideas based on what is trending at that point, based on what I can do that won't interfere with my job. So in doing that, I've got a little into transportation, done a little about pub, beer pub. I also done a little oil and gas retailing by selling DPK, that is dual purpose kerosene. And in those experiences, there's been a lot of lessons, especially when it comes to starting something new, particularly managing people. Okay, particularly managing people, because the hardest thing you can ever control, or the hardest thing you can ever try to manage or to lead, is people. Okay, they are the hardest thing to move. Given the fact that they have their own mind. If they are donkeys or oxes, you can actually use cane and lead them on. But human beings are different. So trying to achieve the goal of your business, trying to lead people so that your business will boom, was really a challenge, especially when they don't share the same vision with my organization and what I was trying to achieve. So, in doing those things, all these business I mentioned have none is standing now, given the fact that they were learning period for me. Okay, they were learning period for me, and I also found out too that when somebody is an employee and without warning, the company downsizes, most times they go wretched, in the sense that they don't have the experience to go start up a business. They don't even have the patience to go learn what it means to run a business. Why? Because at that point, their fear of not having to earn monthly salary, the fear of not having to have cash around, or to start a business that won't be paying you at the moment. Meanwhile, it's taking away every little cash you're having to make sure it comes to life. So, in doing this, in going through this journey, it made people to actually, start looking for another job that has, even if it's little pay, they'll go for it. So that's part of the reason why I'm sharing this today, because I know I have a lot of friends who are laid off due to from the bank, and some of them are yet to find their feet. Some are actually learning from their experience, learning from network marketing business and introduce them into and achieving success while doing that. So it's an opportunity I'm humbled to have the opportunity to share this with them. So, straight into the point, why do you, as an entrepreneur, as someone who is working, or an employee who wants to go into an entrepreneurial space, I will advise you, while you're working, start a part-time business. Okay? Start a part-time business in the sense that, in a part-time business, one that gives you time, that doesn't interfere with the main job you're currently doing, that you can do in your spare time, and at the same time has a lot of lessons or training that will teach you how to sell your business, how to manage people or lead people, how to know about company financials and how to keep proper accounts and stuff like that. So if you're really going to start a part-time business, that means the purpose of you starting a part-time business is to learn. That is the first purpose. That is the number one purpose of you starting a part-time business. Start a part-time business so that you can learn. Okay. That moment you're working for your employer, your focus on the part-time business isn't about money. Okay, it's about learning the tiny details of running a business. It's about learning how to lead people in your organization so that they will derive success result even when you're not there. Okay, and also very key is that it gives you it makes you start thinking about, it makes you start asking yourself questions like, is this the kind of business I want? Does this really apply to my person? Is this the kind of business I want to really do as a person? Okay, it's very, very important, because in me finding my journey, all the businesses I've done are not I found out that this is not the kind of business I need to do. Okay, this is not the kind of business I need to do, and that's why when I came across network marketing, the little time I spent in network marketing, I knew it was the right business for me, and I really loved what it has in stock for me. Okay, so the number one reason why you should start a part-time business is for you to learn about the business, learn about yourself, learn about how to deal with people, learn how to negotiate, learn how to sell, learn how to brand your business or whatever it is you're doing. Okay, and learn how to run a business in such a way that even if you're not there physically, the business still runs. So that's the kind of business. That's the main reason why. These are the main reasons why you should start up a part-time business. Now, how do you go about that? First of all, you need to find out what business you want to go into. Okay, what part-time business you want to go into. Most importantly, it won't be the one that will take up your time, because if you run in a 7 to 7 kind of job, definitely you won't need a business that takes up your time. You need a business whereby you can leverage somebody, or you can leverage an employee. Okay, recruit people who will work for you, and they will also run the business. 2, make sure the business accountability in the business can be tracked. Okay, so that you can monitor everything the person does. If you're going to open a supermarket is also good in the sense that you can account for the products, you know your stock, you know how much you're supposed to sell for each of those products, and you have to keep track record of that product. Or maybe you're into oil and gas, the meters have readings whereby you can easily check on those readings to confirm how much you have at hand with what is showing on your meter. So what you need at this point, what kind of business you should be looking at, is business that is easy to track the records. Okay, to tell you what really went on even when you're not there. Compared to transportation isn't really the kind of business you would do while working for someone, while still an employee. Why? Because because when somebody is you don't keep track of how many passengers he or she carries. You don't keep track of how much was really spent on the car. All you know is at the end of the day, this is how much will be brought to you. And if there is any story that is being told to you, you have no way of verifying that story. So that's very important. Okay, so that done with that, move on to the third one, which is choose a business that you can easily put someone in charge and can easily be monitored by that person or run by someone else. Okay, why I'm saying this is this: most times we make the mistake of starting a business that will require an expert, which means high cost. Okay, now when you put up that kind of business, the expert, it will be expensive for you to run that kind of business. But when you start up a business whereby just anyone who can read and write can learn how to operate the system and run the whatever business it is you're starting, those people can be able to carry on your business for you, so that at the tail end of the day, when you're done for the day, you can come back and easily take records, check stock, and compare what cash you are giving to, so that at the end of the day things will balance. Then the next thing again is having an account for that particular business, so that you will be able to keep touch with what is happening in the business, to know how much actually came in, how much actually, because most times you don't really even trust yourself to know how much money you really made. Most times you may be tempted to spend from there, but when you have an account, it's very important for them for accountability. Okay, so these are the key points you need to look into when you are starting up a business, a plan B, a part-time business, so that you have in mind what is really going on. You can run the business effectively even without being there, and you can have a way of keeping track of the business. Now, I won't end this without giving you an idea of some kind of businesses that you can actually do, but I recommend the best for you. The best is network marketing. No, I'm not saying this because this is the field I'm in. I'm saying this because this is what I've come to find out of my own experience that is the best. One, it takes very little capital to start up. Two, you are in control, in the sense that the business starts with you and you can give accountability of what really happened for the day. Three, it can be scaled up, in the sense that you can move from just being you to recruiting someone else who has the same desire to achieve wealth and achieve their dreams, who will pick up with the same momentum you picked up, who may even have an enthusiast, whose enthusiasm may be higher than your own, that they can pick up, and voila, your team starts duplicating. Okay, that's very key. That's why I'm also recommending network marketing, because it's more like you're not leaving the employee space to go into self-employed. You're trying to move from the employee space to the B quadrant. Okay, and so many other reasons I will recommend to you about network marketing, which is the key. So that's all for today. I hope it has value to you. Thank you for listening, and feel free to tune in again for our live broadcast. Thank you.